And I went to Phillip because I had sciatica problems. Anybody here have sciatica?
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, it's just, it's a thrill. I applied for it. I asked, I put a note in a bottle and asked if I could have sciatica. But anyway, so Phillip is at the forefront of innovative health, and at our Super Bowl, we're having a display of a number of different modalities that Phillip introduced me to, including hyperbaric oxygen, including stem cells, including light stem. There's another I picked up, TRS. So pay careful attention, because he's changed my life and he can change yours. 5 minutes, incidentally.
I'll never make it. I'm going to sound like an auction. I'm auctioning cattle, or so I'm going to talk real fast. Is my presentation up yet? Okay, so that's my family. We're not Oz's, we're the U's. But it's coincidental because I do sponsor Dr. Oz's Health Corps Foundation. They have the exact same mission. They want to get kids back into sports, teach them about nutrition, and I'm all for that because my kids, David and Kathy, they go to high school, Woodbridge High here in Irvine, and then, yeah, there you go, Warriors, right? Yeah, so when my son was in middle school, I signed up for flag football in the Matt Leinart League, but I signed up too late. They wouldn't let him in. They said, he can join if you coach, and I was going to be a soccer mom and just kind of drop him off. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Entitled kids, overbearing parents. So I just put together an offense. We run the triple offense. Second year, we won the championships in Irvine. Then I made my daughter play. She couldn't throw far. So we ran the triple option again. We won one game, but it was girls versus boys, okay? Yeah. So before I started Laser Med, I went to Michigan State. And I was an athletic trainer. We'd work on players like Tony Mandridge was there, Percy Snow. They won the Rose Bowl in '88. And then I hurt my back. My roommate was a walk-on. He sneaked me in the weight room. We'd lift together, but I had poor form. And I didn't want to take drugs, so I was on a mission to get out of back pain, right? And traditional medicine didn't help me. So I moved to Chicago, got my doctorate in chiropractic, cured my back pain. And then that's 25 years ago. I have since retired from chiropractic just because of the limited in scope of practice, and started doing stem cell research using frequencies of lasers to stimulate the body's stem cells to heal itself. So I created Laser Med, and we take failed medical cases, folks who have not responded to opioids, which is causing a big epidemic, cortisone, or failed surgeries. That cross represents the Red Cross healthcare. The cross of Christ, the greatest healer. Those are stem cells inside. Those are the lasers, the light that God created to spread healing. That's our mission. So I just finished my diplomat from the American Academy of Stem Cell Physicians, and I'm starting my PhD in stem cell biology in May. I was a former wellness director for NFL alumni in San Diego. So that's Lionel Hamilton. He was the Saints Super Bowl champ. And we were trying to spread the word of wellness in the community. So he runs a flag football league down there as well. We hosted an event, and we invited retired Navy SEALs. So UDT SEAL Foundation, I sponsored free laser treatments. He brought some players to sign some autographs. The guy with the hat, he was a SEAL Team 4. I sponsored them too. He's since moved to another organization called Force Blue. We went to an event at USC Monday. What they do is they take retired SEALs and Special Forces, because a lot of them have ADD and post-traumatic stress syndrome. They got to do something. They feel useless. So they take the SEALs and the Special Forces and they plant coral, because the coral reef is almost gone. So in Miami 2 years ago, They planted 100 yards, 2,000 pieces of coral. Took like a year. They got it done. So we're sponsoring those guys as well. So we call it, we're doing Star Trek medicine. Ironically, Captain Kirk himself had stem cells from one of the labs that we use. He gave me an interview.
Good to have you here.
We'll skip that on time. Stem cells, just think about what they do. Your body, you're born with them. The problem is they kind of peter out as you get older. So sometimes you need some fresh ones. They need to be stimulated with different frequencies of light to get it done. I'll go through this really quick. PRP, that's what the late Kobe Bryant had for his shoulder. We shockwave stem cells to activate them in your body. There's cord blood, which is pretty much banned. Wharton's jelly, you could use a little amount, but that's being, really scrutinized too. Bone marrows, that's good for leukemia. Adipose is pretty much banned. Sometimes you have to fly out of the country if you need a high dose stem cell. George Bush did not ban stem cell therapy. He banned the research on embryonic stem cells. That's unethical, that's aborted. We don't recommend that. We recommend after birth donated tissue from the umbilical cord, babies that are alert and healthy. I had several meetings with the FDA, that's me in Washington. That's Dr. Peter March, he runs CBER, Center for Biologics and Environmental Research. And to get to lay these guidelines in stem cells, we do it compliant and safe. I'll go to the compliance guidelines. It's too much. Visit my booth. Some athletes have allegedly had cells overseas. Some are open about it, like Jim McMahon. So he had to go down to Colombia to get it done. So before I decided to bring Leigh to Colombia, I had Jim call Leigh. He said, yeah, I had a good experience. Now Jim's, he's golfing pain-free. Leigh, when he came back, he had hundreds of millions of cells. We stimulated with a little machine, and that finally activated the cells. Now his sciatic is slowly melting away.
Jim McMahon.
Jim, I don't have time. All right. Jack Nicklaus, he went to Munich to have stem cells. Golf is a contact sport. It's one contact, banging your disc in your back. And he couldn't golf one day, flew to Munich, came back to golfing at age 80. What does Jack Nicklaus have to deal with football? He went to Ohio State. He could have played football. He was a great athlete. He chose golf, which is disabling as well. Again, light is the key to all your wellness and health. It makes plants grow, photosynthesis, makes your bones grow, vitamin D. Vitamin D is for immunity, your hormones, your bone growth. When light goes in your eyes in the morning, stimulates your pineal gland, makes growth hormone, pretty much grows your muscles, your immunity, your joints, makes melatonin so you can sleep, and it runs your biological clock. Tell me light isn't essential. They did a study in a group of rats with bone and bone arthritis, stimulated with frequencies of light. They made chondrocytes grow back. Chondro, Latin means cartilage, cyte means cell. Regenerated cartilage. So we're doing research on humans. This is a patient, 88 years old, bone on bone knee. Look at that circle. A monkey could see the increase in space. So you're never too old to heal. You could stimulate young cells to regenerate, repair. Wayne, you want to just tell about what happened to your knee? You were bone on bone, right? So what happened?
That was actually a week ago Tuesday.
Yeah. How's your knees now?
I can go up and down stairs a lot easier, and it's.
I even had you squatting parallel,
Yeah.
so yeah. All right.
It's been a miracle.
So the shockwave machine from Germany is called Softwave. They call it the stem cell machine. It was on the doctor's show. Clinically proven to activate, stimulate stem cells to repair itself. So again, we're more about the technology of stimulating the cells.
Okay, so today we're shooting
Because of the
photos
FDA
of one
restrictions,
per
we're
month.
using a machine to activate it.
Typically, when you wear a lot of high heel shoes, it causes your metatarsal toes to kind of rub together. It causes little calcific deposits. That more than normal, puts pressure on your nerves.
It wasn't too painful, the treatment, right, Leigh? So he survived. All right, okay. Visit my booth. You can have a sample laser treatment. I'll answer your questions at my booth. I don't have time. Ron Brown is here. we've been training him. He's doing great with our technologies. That should have been a Rams helmet or Raiders. That's the one that Emmett held for me. This is all the joints and body parts that can be regenerated with the technology.
Where's your booth?
Come by. So Emmett, he was holding my best-selling book about how I can use the lasers for chronic pain. And now I'm working on I just finished my stem cell book. I got a PDF version. I'm waiting for Leigh to write the endorsement that I get printed out, okay? So visit my booth. If you want a free PDF unabridged version, text 949-910-9664. I'll text you a free version. Come to my booth. I'll make sure you get one. Thanks for listening. I think I got done. Okay.
And thank you, Dr. Yu, for being here and also for being a presenter.